about Disney at this point in time, we have a gap that was created here on Disney, right? So I'll be looking for gap fill into this area right now on Disney, because why? Market continues, then I expect more to the upside. But if there's any sign of weakness, I'll be looking for price to pull back down lower into the 111 or 115 area to fill this gap up. But overall, 130 is going to be our resistance ultimately if price continue to push to the upside. Because why? That is going to. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. Now, if this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel, and today we're going to be talking about large cap, large price stocks. And what I'll be doing, I will be, same as always, analyzing different scenarios and different angle where I believe the stock is gonna go. Now, right in front of me is the market, is SPY, and I'm gonna be talking more details where I'm expecting the market to go and which direction I see the market in the coming week to come. So remember, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock whatsoever. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now we got that out of the way. If you have any questions, concern, you can email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. Now, our first one is the market. What I'm looking for here is the market to do what I call a retest of our 200 SMA. Okay, our simple moving average is right around the 430 spot, 430 spot, and I'm expecting the market to really push into this area, then reject it. Reason is because we got to this spot as well. We just pushed right through a little bit and then reject it back down. So I'm expecting the same action right around this area as well, which also coincide with our our trend line as well. So I'll be looking for a test of this SMA and then a pullback. If we fail 425, then we can push back down into the 410, 415 area. But keep an eye out. The market is still in a very solid move to the upside. So once we break this trend, then we can pull lower in the market. We are really extended at this point in time, though RSI is 72%. So keep an eye out on the market. Now, our first stock is going to be TMOS, okay, and this is T-Mobile. Right now, T-Mobile has this fantastic looking shape, and we're looking to break out of this zone, right? 147.50 is your level. If we can break to 147.50, then we should be able to continue to push to the upside, because our RSI at this point in time is just 66% with volume coming into the name. So keep an eye out. Though we're extended from the 50 exponential moving average, see how we really push back down and then boom, we pushed up again. But for now, keep an eye out. If for any reason this stock, the market decide to pull lower, look for price back down to 142.50 on TMOS as well. Next stock is gonna be Netflix. Why Netflix? Netflix really is looking to fill the gap that was created. Look at that. Right now we're testing this trend level. Okay, if the market decide to continue to push to the upside, I'll be looking for Netflix to break through this side, that 250 spot. So if price can push through 250, then we can look to fill this gap. But overall, I've been in Netflix and I'm still holding Netflix just like I did with Amazon. So keep an eye out on Netflix for more to the upside. Now that we talk about Amazon right now, we're looking at breaking the 200 SMA. That is where we've been fighting and fighting and fighting. We just need to break through that 145.50, 146 area. If we can break that spot, then we should be able to push right into 150. Okay, so the resistance right now is our 200 moving average. Back in the previous action around the 200 moving average, see how we just couldn't sustain the movement to the upside after we broke the 200, right? And then price failed and pulled back down. So right now I'm looking for the same action at this point, for some fake out longs and then pull to the low side. But for now, keep an eye out. Your 200 moving average, simple moving average, is going to act as a resistance in the coming days. Talking about that, also we're talking about Disney. At this point in time, we have a gap that was created here on Disney, right? So I'll be looking for gap fill into this area right now on Disney, because why? Market continues, then I expect more to the upside. But if there's any sign of weakness, I'll be looking for price to pull back down lower into the 111 or 115 area to fill this gap up. But overall, 130 is going to be our resistance ultimately if price continue to push to the upside, because why? That is going to be our resistance spot if we can push to the upside. Next one is going to be NVDA. Okay, NVIDIA at this point in time, with the semiconductor space and all that, I'm expecting price to really push through the 190. 190 is our resistance. If price can push through this area, I'll be expecting more to come right into the 210. Why did I say 210? I said 210 is because looking left, this is our support, but it then failed, right? So right now, this is going to act as a resistance if we can break through the 190, 200, and our ultimately 210 resistance. So keep an eye out on NVIDIA, because that is also, if they start having, you know, if they really, you know, sort out the issue with semiconductor chips and all that, then we should be all right for continuation to the upside. Also looking at the chip side as well, we're talking about INTC, which is Intel as well. Also right now we're looking at price breaking through this $37 spot. If we can break through, then we're looking at price pushing right into 38. So keep an eye out on that as well. AMD, we're looking at AMD. What are we looking at? I think AMD also has some fantastic movement as well on that name. Look at how price is really pushing high lows coming into the name, right? So keep an eye out on that as well. AMC at this point in time, we're also looking at price acting around the $25 spot, right? So if price can really break and hold, then we can look to test the $30 and then 35. Why $30? Because looking at this area is acted as a resistance. So right now we're going to be looking at $30 acting as a resistance on that name. Also Coca-Cola as well, KO at this point in time, we're also looking at price, you know, pushing through the $64. $64 is our resistance. If we can break through, then $65 to come. Also LLY, which is Eli Lilly, at this point we're bouncing right off this trend. See how price really, every time we get to this area, we bounce off. So we're doing that at this point in time. So $300 really acted as a support to the push, you know, so we're pushing right now. So this trend is our level, so keep an eye out on this trend. 308, 310 is your level to watch as well. We also have Pfizer as well. Pfizer really did push down last week, only to put up this boom candle into resistance 50 exponential moving average. So keep an eye out. If we can cross this 200 moving average again, then I'll be expecting price to push through this downtrend in the coming days. Also Starbucks as well, we're looking at Starbucks. What do we have with Starbucks? Starbucks just keep making lower lows, and we just keep pushing on this uptrend. So keep an eye out on the $90 zone. That is going to act as our resistance, because the market is also coming into resistance as well, which is our 200 moving average. So keep an eye out on that name as well. Looking at the cyberspace as well, we're looking at price really, you know, rejecting the this level right here, which is our 200 moving average. Okay, you remember I talked about the 200 moving average. Also we're having rejection right now, so you know this 200 moving average is going to act as a resistance across both. So keep an eye out as well. GME at this point in time, we're looking for price to hold the $40 zone. If it does hold, then I'll be expecting more to the upside. Right now we're consolidating on GME. Also have MasterCard as well. Let's look at that. MasterCard right now, MasterCard looking for this downtrend to break with 200 moving average holding as a support. So I'll be expecting more to the upside on MasterCard if they don't do a forward split. Looking at Tesla, what a view, what a beauty. Right now, Tesla has a very beautiful flag. And this is the flag right now. So if we can break through the 200 moving average, then Tesla can push right into $950 or even $1,000. So keep an eye out on that name as well. 850 is going to act as our support. If Tesla doesn't hold 850, I'll be looking for a push down to the low side, even $800 on Tesla. So keep an eye out on Tesla as well. I think upside is possible on Tesla. We're looking at Zoom as well. ExxonMobil at this point in time, downtrend is what you're looking at. If this downtrend break, then I'll be looking for price push right into the $97.50 or even $100 on the name as the energy sector begin their momentum to the upside. Also looking at Logitech as well. Logitech at this point in time, we're looking at visiting the $60 zone. If we can break through $60, guess what? Then we can push right into 65 or even this trend right here, because guess what? This acted as a resistance. So keep an eye out on Logi as well, LOGI. Looking at NEE as well, this is next. Extra energy. So the same thing with Zoom that I talked about. The energy sector, they are doing good, they are pushing to the upside, so keep an eye out. We really extended though, but 76 is your RSI, which is still in the extension phase. But for now, keep an eye out, see if this trend can really hold. This is our uptrend, our downtrend, so pretty much keep an eye out on this uptrend. If it fails, then we're looking for a push back down to the $88 or even $87 in the coming days. Looking at PayPal as well. PayPal, I picked some up around the $74 zone, and in anticipation of the move to the upside, and guess what? We have this beautiful looking uptrend to the upside, and right now we have resistance right in front of us. So keep an eye out. If we can break through 102, then we should be all right to continue to push to the upside, even 105. So keep an eye out on PayPal. PayPal is also looking good. Square, what have you looking at that? Right now we have a resistance as well, which is our $90. If we can break to $90, then we should be all right to push right into $100, which will act as our ultimate natural resistance. So keep an eye out on Square. If that area doesn't hold, if the $85 zone doesn't hold, because we've been hitting that for so long, then expect pullback to this trend line right here, which is $80. So keep an eye out on that as well. We're looking at AFM as well, AFROM. Right now we're really coiling to the upside. Why did I say coil? Look at how price is really coiling, consolidated, and now we're coiling to the upside. I have some few position on this, and I'm planning on adding some more in anticipation of the $40 break on AFROM. So keep an eye out on that as well. DKNG, what a view, what a beauty. Right now we're back into the 200 moving average. This is going to act as our resistance zone in anticipation of my $30 target. So keep an eye out on DKNG as well. This is also one of Cathy Wood's play as well. ACMR as well, we're looking to break this downtrend right now, so keep an eye out. $20 breaks, and then we're looking at 22, which is what our 200 moving average. What a beauty. Also looking at ADSK, we're breaking through barriers, we're breaking through 200 moving average. Oh my goodness, look at that. So looking at price inching into 235 or 240, so keep an eye out on that as well. EVBG, right now we've been consolidating lower. Right now we're making a U-turn. Look for $40 in the coming days on that name. We're also looking at Warren Buffett, which is BROKB, which is Berkshire Hathaway. Right now we're trying to break through the resistance, which is this $300 zone, in anticipation of the visit of the 200 moving average. Now guys, you see how prices are like inching into 200 moving average, and some of them is already rejecting the 200 moving average. That is a very solid area of resistance. The market gets into that space, will also have issue around that area as well, because looking at the market, we're also inching into 200 moving average, and that is where you're going to have the short seller coming into the market in anticipation of a move back to the downside. ABT as well, looking for some position around this area in anticipation of the move to the upside as soon as they really start more into the production of baby formula as well. The market on Friday really did good, also closed green. Most of the sector closed green, and we'll be looking for more to the upside as every individual out there looking to buy and buy and buy and get into the greedy phase, right? Apple as well, I have these our trend lines that I'll be looking into. 170 hold as a support, then we can continue to push to the upside. Right now we're breaking through 175 is going to be the next spot. If 170 doesn't hold, if we pull back to 170 and it doesn't hold, then I'll be looking for price back down to 167 in the coming days. But if this area holds, 175 will come in easy on that as well. Looking at AI as well, we're looking at price getting into the $25 spot. $25 is your spot, so keep an eye out as well. I think I have position on this name, and I'm holding it for the long term. AA as well, Alcoa Corporation, I'm looking for price to push through this area. We did push through, then back down, trying to retest that $51 spot. If price really hold this area, then we can push right into 200 moving average. Looking at Plug Power as well, Plug Power will react right into the extension zone, $74 74% in terms of RSI, with price inching into resistance. So keep an eye out, see if price can really push back down into 200 moving average. This is what I call the three soldiers, or what I call the 3-bar play. So looking for price action. If we can break through $30, then the 3-bar play is confirmed to the upside on the long side as well. Walmart also report earnings next week, so if Walmart does beautiful, if they do good, then I'll be expecting price to push into 140, which is that our 200 moving average area. If they do bad, then I'll be looking for 125 or even 120 on Walmart. So this will really give the market a direction in terms of inflation and all those good stuff. Also CM Arrow as well, we're really consolidating within this range. If this breaks 190 and hold, then we're looking for 200 or even 200 moving average. So for the long term, these are the stocks that I'll be watching. These are the stocks I'll be holding as well. Even looking at Oracle, we're even approaching the 200 moving average. Isn't that a beauty? So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can email me. You can follow me on Twitter, or you can also follow me on StockTweet as well, where I post my analysis. I talked about stocks as well. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time. I love you all. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Peace and love. Bye-bye.